You know what today is? It's day 10. Day 10, we're a third of the way through. 30 days of Photoshop with me, Kevin Aronson from Hampshire School of Photography. Oh God, I sound like a double glazing salesman. But that's because I'm really excited. We're a third of the way through. I'm so pleased. So we're going to be looking at the brush tool in Photoshop and controlling it and playing around with colours and so on. Should be quite a short one, hopefully. We've had some long ones recently, so keeping it short, not a bad idea. Let's go over to Kevin for the brush tool. Thanks, Kev. Yep, we are looking at the brush tool today. It's a tool you will use on occasion. Maybe not for painting colours on, although possibly you could, but other stuff as well. The brush tool is used by photographers on a fairly regular basis. So I think we've covered resizing the brush by hitting the square bracket keys to make them bigger and bigger, or the opposite way to make them smaller. And how small can I go? Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Tiny little line. So it's very versatile, and you change the colours by clicking on the colour that you're working on. So in other words, over here, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this already, we've got the foreground colour and the background. So black is the foreground colour, white is the background. If I click on the background colour, and let's pick a colour there for it, red, nothing happens. If I flick it over, then it all happens. It's got to be in the foreground for me to paint on it. So black, let's change the black to a yellow. Boom. And now we can paint yellow. So you see what happens when I click on the colour, a little dialog colour picker pops up, and I can pick any colour I want across the whole range of colours that are available to me. Pick on the colour, there it is there. That's the colour I was painting with, the yellow. Now I'm painting with the blue that's on top. Click OK, and you can see the blues are now appearing in the foreground colour there, and I can paint with the blue. And let's just make it smaller and paint with the blue again. This is so cool. And I can flick between them by doing that, or I can hit the X key, which does the same thing. X will toggle between the two colours. There we go. Toggle it again to the blue, toggle it again to the red, toggle it again to the blue, and so on. Easy to use, very easy to use. Now there are some things in Photoshop which you'll discover when we start talking about layer masks, where the only colours you want to paint in are black and white. And if you have been using a colour which isn't black or white and you want to get to black and white quickly, press the letter D. Watch what happens when I press D. There we go. The D stands for default, black and white. So black becomes the foreground colour, white becomes the background. And of course hitting X means I can toggle backwards and forwards between them. The brushes themselves are up here, and you get this dialog box with loads of brushes that you can use. I've probably got more than you've got. I've bought a few over the years to help me out. I've got brushes here which will paint on smoke and clouds and fog and stuff like that, and then a few other things. I've got one here which does water splashes. Look at this. How about that? And I can control the size of it by my brush. Okay. Let's make it small. You can see down here how big they are. There you go, there's a small one. Make it bigger. Come on, paint. There we are. It's a bit slow. There we go. There's a splash. There's another one. A bit bigger. There's a splash. So if you wanted to go out and find on the internet Photoshop tools, Photoshop brushes, there's probably a brush for absolutely everything. But that's not what we're talking about today. So we know, I'm going to go back to the normal. We now know how to resize. Let's go to a normal one there, perhaps softer. So I actually don't change the hardness and the softness here. I tend to change it up here. And size I can control from there, hardness I can control from there. So with hardness at 100%, let's pick up black paint. It is rock hard on the edges, and if I go hardness at 0, it is very soft at the edges, which is easier for blending. So here's a picture of our logo. What if I wanted to paint something in the same colour as that green, and I don't know what green it is? We have up here something called an eyedropper tool, and that will sample the colour of anything on the screen. So if I click on that, watch what happens down here to my foreground colour. Wow, it turns green. Okay, I just flicked over the colours now. Now if I click on the yellow or the gold colour, boom, it's gold. So I can now paint in those two colours if I want to. Click back to B for brush, and I can paint in the yellow. Hit X to swap colours over, toggle, and I can paint back in the green. What's this last picture here? So I could, with that eyedropper tool, I could take a sample of his jacket. Okay, let's add that jacket in there, and I could now, if I wanted to, hit the brush, I could paint in the colour of his jacket. Why I would want to, I don't know. But if you're working with text, you can actually start typing some text in the same colour as his jacket, and then you end up getting quite stylized looking adverts or whatever it is you're producing with the text. And if I was to sample his face, so I for face, B back to brush, I'm now painting in the tone that was sampled on his face. Obviously his face is in different tones, it depends where you take the sample from. So if I hit I to go back to eyedropper, and I click off the end of his nose, it's quite red. B for brush, so you see I'm now painting in a different colour. And I again for eyedropper, a sample of the grey of his hoodie. B for brush, I'm now painting. So you could end up with something which has colours in it which reflects the subject, which is being quite clever. Okay, so that's the brush. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Learning about the brush and playing around with a bit of colour. Nice and easy, and a short one for a change. Very good. If you've been watching this on the internet but not via the blog, then do check out the blog, because you'll get the full 30 days of Photoshop available to you on the blog. I'm sure there'll be other tutorials there which will be useful to you. If you want to check out our proper courses, our workshops, that's physical, in the classroom, touchy-feely, not electronic, real old school classes, then look up our website, which is gohsp.com, and the HSP obviously stands for Hampshire School of Photography, and that'll show you what we're doing in terms of Photoshop and Lightroom and photography at our training centre in Fleet in North Hampshire. Good. Thanks again for watching. See you tomorrow for number 11, and have a great day. See ya.